Hi, this is Shannon with Chic and Sassy Nails by Shannon. Today is my number 3 mani of my 5 Stylist Lab mani sets that I'm doing. Um, I started doing all 5 of the Stylist Design sets. The winners from the August PV got to design, personal sales, got to design their own manis, their own sets, and they just launched this month, or actually, sorry, March. I forgot we're already in April. This is a sticky set, so it's kind of ripped funny. So let's see if I can save it. So I'm gonna start with a base of Fort Worth It. So I'm adding some glitter and a light colored base underneath, and then I'm going to use Linear Unicorn, which is Eunice, my friend Eunice's set, and it ended up being sheer like a jelly. It's something in the actual formula is slightly different to make it so it's not quite a jelly, but it's very jelly-like. We'll call it jelly adjacent. And it is, oh, this is fun. Hold on, this is all curly and I'm just gonna do that. Okay. Um, I have some sticky sets. Let me turn down my heat mat. It's probably a little too hot, and these are very sticky now. Um, but because Eunice's Linear Unicorn set did end up sheer, and to her surprise, we are going to do a little bit of a base underneath it to get more of the true color. Um, and I did test these out, and I liked how the colors came out over this set. So this is the silver glitter from called Fort Worth It. So, because I with the jelly like set, I'm not gonna call it a jelly, but the jelly like set, it is you can see some of the glitter through it, so it kind of makes it even more glittery, which I like because you can't have enough glitter. So, Linear Unicorn is a two-part set, like a French, or it is a French, where one of them is a dual-ended tile, like that has that bar tile type look to it, which is this. So what makes it dual-ended is that one end is the curve, one end is a French. So you have a choice of making a French tip out of it or a full strip. And actually, I'm going to do all full strips today because I just decided to do that. So instead of doing a French tip or something. So there's two parts to this one. The dual French tip is called Linear Expression. And then the solid color, again, these are both sheer, almost jelly-like, and they have a color flash. So if I shift it, do you see that purple pink flash that it has? They the light colored on both strips. Actually, both strips have that. See that? So it's kind of fun to play around with. So I'm going to do my base, which is going to be all the Fort Worth It first. And then hopefully it'll help make that teal pop in the Linear Unicorn set. So with Linear Unicorn, it is the French tip strip called Linear Expression, and then the other solid set is called Exponent. And she's like a self-proclaimed math nerd, so that's where her name came from with the exponent and linear expression. And she also, since her name is Eunice, she likes to use that combo of E-U. So she spelled unicorn with E-U at the beginning, which is from her name. So that's kind of cool where that set came from. I don't know. I know she has videos on Instagram too, explaining more of the math component of that, but sorry, I gotta grab a drink of water. Look at that glitter in the set, you guys. This is totally gonna add more glitter to this jelly, which I think will be fun. Sorry, this jelly-like set. It's technically not a jelly, according to them, but all right. So this week is our spring break. We were, well, and it was Easter week. So my kids head off Friday, and then we've had all week following Easter. So we did family stuff on Easter weekend. We saw my husband's parents, and then my mom and my brother and his family, and then we and my aunt on Easter, and then Monday Joe took off on Monday instead of Friday, and we did an escape room, which we love to do. Um, we did a Marvel theme one. It was like Avengers kind of knockoff type um Avengers adjacent set. No, I mean escape room, and it was fun. It was a 75-minute one, so most escape rooms, if you've never done one, are an hour long, and then this one was a little trickier. They give you an hour and 15, and we got out with 13 minutes left, so just over an hour. But I was gonna count and I forgot. I was gonna try to figure out how many escape rooms we've done, because we have done quite a bit. I would guess we've probably done 10 or 12, um, without counting exactly. And we started in 2018. We did look that up. And then that was, so 2018. We figured my youngest was 8 at the time. So that was, it's been a fun, once we discovered those, it's kind of been a fun family tradition of things to do. We do it often over spring break and um, Christmas break when we don't travel places. And once we did it when we were on spring break and we were in San Francisco and did one. That was fun too. But yeah, so we are not, I mean, we're kind of escape room experts, but we do like them a lot. So, and they're all different themes and different places. I feel like have different, or some are better than others in our opinion. So that's just a fun thing we like to do. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, just the kids and I went to Wisconsin, just stayed overnight one night and had a college visit. Unfortunately, we were there during a snowstorm. Both Tuesday and Wednesday, Wisconsin got hit by a snowstorm at the beginning of April, which was not planned for us. So it was kind of put a damper on some of our plans, but we managed. We did a little shopping and found some little fun food places and got the kids got a couple things, but not, I mean, it was not the we didn't get to walk around and explore like we were going to because it was pretty cold out and windy and right off the lake. It's on a big lake, so it was really um windy and cold. I'm gonna save my thumbs because I'm gonna remember to actually do that. So I'm gonna start to show you now the Linear Unicorn set. So, and I'm applying it over the silver, because look how sheer it is. It is, I don't know what makes it not a jelly, but it is pretty jelly-like. So for all intents and purposes, we can call it a jelly. But I loved the color, the bright teal color that it made over the silver. So I went with it. I tested espresso yourself. I should dig out my examples and show you guys, but I did toss them in my garbage. But there's nothing in there but Color Street like wrapping papers, cardboards and stuff. Maybe I'll look if I can find them. So I did a test over uh not tie the knot. But it's too sheer, so I didn't think it would act as a base enough that I wanted it to. I feel like I was over, but now it doesn't look like. Maybe a little right here. I tested it over tie the knot, the Fort Worth It, and my second favorite after Fort Worth It was espresso yourself for just the solid strips, because I do like what the set does over dark sets too, because it really makes it changes the color. It almost got kind of purpley, and then it made that kind of purpley pink flash show up differently, I guess. But look at that pretty blue. It almost reminds me of, I don't know, Dallas Darling maybe, because the glitter shows through underneath the from underneath, because the uh, exponent set is very sheared. So they both are. So, all right, let me see if I can grab. I keep digging through here. This is like the second time. I should have just kept them out. I think I have them all in a pile because. So I did a test over um, espresso yourself, but you see how it makes the bottom, it has that, well, it has the flash, but then you can see the ombre, but it darkened it quite a bit because of the colors of because it's like a brown. This is the one that I put it over, uh, what's it called? Tie the knot, but see how it's still super sheer because it is, um, they're both sheer. And then this was, oh, that 4th of July set, Firecracker Pop. So that has the red, white, and blue, and I was contemplating using this with that. So you'd have the ombre, and then you could still see some of the stripes. And again, I decided to just do the solid. I liked them both on here, so I did a test of them both on um, Fort Worth It. So, but that gives you kind of an idea of what it looks like over a couple different colors. And then, so now this one, I am going to do the full strip. So I am not going to use the French side, but I'm going to use but you know what? I'm wondering if I don't cut some of that off, I would rather do, what would I rather do? Hold on, let me get, I would rather have that end. I like the end with the French tip has better. So I'm going to put this back on the little backing. Hold on, that's the wrong side. Which is the glossy side? There it is. I want to try to put this on a backing and then trim. I think I'm going to flip it. Um, Actually, maybe I don't want to flip it. Maybe I want to do this. How much do I need to make this work? Let me see. I'm going to see if I can. I'm going to make it even shorter so I can try to. Maybe it'll be easier just to put it on my nail how I like it and then fix it. Oh, I kind of mixed it. I didn't line it up perfectly. All right, so let's see. I don't want all this extra in here. Let's see if I can rip some of it out. Okay, let's keep that in case I want to do that differently. Well, I feel like the stripes are hard to get to show because of the sheerness. You really lose the stripes a lot. So let me see. Oh, I didn't cover my end all the way, so I'm gonna have to. All right. I should have just cut it first. I always say that when I try to do it this way. I really wanted that end of those stripes closer to the tip of my nails, but and I always say I should test it out on my right hand first, and I never do that because my left hand is my nail free hand, and I always learn something. Like I didn't cover that silver tip, so I'll just trim that off before pictures, which I don't mind doing. All right, almost trimmed up. Okay. You can kind of see the stripes, I think. All right, let's get rid of all these little excess. It does get lost. It's hard to get that to show. I'm gonna try the regular end and see if that's just fine. I think it's just with it being sheer, it's hard to keep that stripes going in it. Or you know what it is? I bet you it's the color shift. It's hard to see the stripes. Maybe it's both. I don't know. What are your theories? This one I at least wrapped. Okay, so we're just gonna do that. That's probably better. It's subtle. Subtle, subtle. All right, we'll do these sides. I'm gonna go ahead and just use the regular curved side and not reverse it on this hand, which I probably end up liking better anyway. And then I did that other work for nothing, but that's right, live and learn. And then we'll be done with this one. I've been trying to, I have two left. So this is my third of the 5. I don't know if I said that. And then so far I've done April Bomber's bomber braid, and I did that. I just used the plum colored sets with New York Minute. I did Ariel Hendershaw's After the Storm, and I used that with New Cultura, which was the black and clear over kind of flower overlay with from the Hispanic Heritage Collection. And then this one I am doing Eunice Kim's Linear Unicorn over Fort Worth it in hopes of the design coming through and extra glitter coming through is the hope. And then I still have Anything's Possible and Let Your Light Shine. Oh, I bet you these are getting way too hot. Oopsie. I forgot about them underneath my... Have to let them, this one especially, cool off a little bit. Anything's Possible and Let Your Faith Shine. No, Shine Your Faith, I think is what it was called, is this pair, and then the full strip reverse glitter dip that looks like Shangri-La but has a reverse glitter dip. It is gorgeous and super popular with pretty much, I've seen it with like every color you could think of. That one's called Let Your Light Shine, and then the accent pack, which is also a clear overlay, but it has like faith and what else does it have on it? I actually have to look because I don't even know. Hope, Faith, Hope, Love, I think it has some oh, I put it a little short. Okay, well. It's always too late to fix it when they apply it over another strip, but that's okay. I will clean it up. And the accent with the faith designs are called Let Your Faith Shine, and that is so that you get both the reverse glitter dip and the accent pack for 16 instead of the normal 13 or $14 for the strips. So both Eunice and Stephanie's designs ended up with two parts. Eunice gets the French tip plus, so they wanted clear as day with the French tip because that's what a lot of them, but then she said that we've had other colors with French tips before, so that's how we ended up with that. It's, like I said, she didn't know it was going to be sheer, and but a lot of, I know there was some communication maybe issues and timing and stuff. So this is very subtle to see the stripes. Do you see that? It's almost more apparent on this one strip, but I do love the color, so I love the extra glitteriness of it. This color is definitely cool. It's gorgeous. Let's see if I can see that color shift. I'm not seeing it on my nails as much right now in this lighting. So I'm sure it's going to be different outside, and I'm sure it's going to be impossible to photograph to see any of the color shift, but that's okay. All right, let me finish my thumbs. I have a little cleaning up to do before photos, but that will be done too shortly. Oh, I like folded it. Oh, seriously. I folded it right here, but it's kind of right at where I could trim it anyway, so I think it'll be okay. And then oh my goodness, you guys. Okay, so I don't know if anybody has seen my posts about like audiobooks or anything, but I have been one of my current favorite author is Abby Jimenez, and she is the owner of Nadia's Cupcakes, which has locations in, I believe, Palmdale, California, And then there's two locations here in Minnesota. One's in Maple Grove, which is just about 20 minutes from my house, and the other's in Woodbury. And she is lives actually in Champlin, which is where I grew up. Not too far from here. It's like probably 15 minutes. And then I want to use this side, but these things are always bugging me. Um, anyway, so she's local too. And I know she has like a mutual friend from high school. But anyway, that's in like her book gets to go on her book tours and stuff with her. But she just came out with a new book that just came out on the 2nd, and today is the 5th, and I just finished listening to the audiobook today. And it is just as good as all the others, and I love all there's all this well, I guess what are they called? Easter eggs, where they have like crossovers between past books and mentions of characters and things. And because she's a Minnesota author, she mentions a lot of local places, and cities and stuff. So I think that's really cool. I love that. But it is very good. And I got my oldest hooked for a little bit too. Fit like listening to part of it. So I do have to read, so I bought the audiobook on Audible um when it came out this before we left. So I listened to part of it in the car. And then we I had pre-ordered the a hard copy, a paperback, from Target as well, because they had a bonus. Target has an exclusive bonus chapter, so I have to read that next because listened to the I listened to the I finished the book and now I want to read the bonus chapter. So I'm super pumped about that too. But we are having pretty much quiet the rest of our spring break, sticking around home. Tia is at work actually, and works on a long shift on Saturday, which she doesn't normally get a full 8.5 hour shift. She usually gets 4 hour shifts, but she's usually in school too. So, but even on weekends, she usually only gets a 4 hour shift. So I don't know if they're going to be changing that and she's going to get longer shifts. Man, this teal is beautiful. I love this teal. Look at how pretty that is. Um, yeah, I'm gonna clean up this edge and then finish that last layer. So, anyway, we are gonna stick around home for this last weekend. I'm sure we are 4 homebodies, I do have to say, but that's okay. I like to go on vacations too, but we wanted to save the money this year, so we did not go anywhere for spring break. As much as I want to, we did not, because I want to also refinish our bathrooms. And I say bathrooms because our house was built in 1980 and all 3 of them need to be redone. But first priority is the basement because, oh, I just threw away my whole thing. That was silly of me. I will have to grab that. We refinished the whole basement except we didn't finish the bathroom. So that is like the last part of the basement that needs to be refinished, and then um the basement will be done. So I want to do that next. And then I want to do we have the world's tiniest bathroom um in our primary bedroom. And it is like it's a 3/4 bath, so we have a sink, a shower, and a toilet, but it is so tight. Like we have the tiny sink, so we hardly have any counter space or drawer space, and um actually a decent sized shower, but it's just super tight. There's like no room to walk, and like we both can't fit in it hardly. It's crazy. But I don't know how we would really, unless we want to majorly remodel, we could split the difference between the two bathrooms because the bathroom it's right next to is the main bathroom on the like the main part of the house. And that is actually extra, like it's a little longer than it probably needs to be. It would have been better if they would have split those two. All right, so underneath my base is Fort Worth It, and then over the top is the Linear Unicorn set, which is Stylist Lab set by Eunice Kim. These two are the linear expression with the stripes. I don't know if you can see the stripes kind of showing through. And then the other are the solid strips. So they do have a really cool flash to them that's hard to pick up now that I'm wearing them. Hold on, let's see if I turn this on and see if you can see it. No. So, and I don't think I'll be able to photograph that either. So, all right, you can see it easier on the paper backing it had. But here, all right. You guys have a great day or night. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.